The daring and beautiful vandals on Wednesday, December 4, teased that Quinn would ask for some answers. As the B&B audience knows, she and Shauna are good friends, and that is why the big Shauna is currently at Forrester's Villa guest house. Well, Quinn would want to hear all the details from Shauna as she watched Ridge and Shauna kissing in Forrester's living room. Shauna had just told Ridge that she loved him, and the two had cuddled on the couch and talked about how they would continue their slowly developing relationship. But before Ridge left, it seemed the two would share some of the wetter kisses that Quinn would see, most likely when she entered the living room. Quinn would want to hear from Shauna about what happened between her and Ridge. A lot has happened since the last time Quinn and Shauna talked about the situation. After all, since then, Ridge has stepped out of his marriage to Brooke. That would probably surprise Quinn, and she would hear all about how Shauna was there for Ridge when Brooke didn't. Meanwhile, on the new 4th episode of B&B, Ridge will find himself in fantasy land. According to the B&B Vandals, he will start to daydream about Shauna after they both founded the company. It seems that Shauna will remain ahead and be the center of Ridge's mind as they progress, and he can even relive their passionate kisses. Finally, Wyatt will have some serious questions for Sally. As B&B viewers know, she had a conversation with Wyatt about their wedding plans, when she called him by his name Liam. That really seems to have thrown Wyatt, especially because he suspected that something was holding Sally back because he wanted to move on with the wedding plans. According to the B&B Vandals, Wyatt will want to probe Sally's feelings for both him and Liam. Of course, Sally seems to have had any unresolved affection for Liam, and her sudden use of his name when referring to Wyatt actually didn't seem to appear. But given that Wyatt had doubts about his engagement to Sally, this situation could give him a call out that he needs to cancel the engagement. As the B&B audience knows, it's been a few years since Sally and Liam shared a kiss and had a brief flirtation. It may have some lingering feelings there, but it seems suspicious at this point. However, Wyatt will want to get to the bottom of where all this comes from, and the B&B Vandals say he will even make a big statement about his future. Can Wyatt cancel its commitment to Sally on the entire deal? Given that he will make a big statement, it seems he can. Do you think this could be the end of Wally Wally? Thanksgiving has come and gone, but the bold and the beautiful star Denise Richards paused on the holiday to pay tribute to her late mother. As the actress gathered with her family, she recalled how much the day meant to the woman who brought her into the world. "Our mom would be so happy to see my sister and I together celebrating the holiday season with our families," Richards wrote on Instagram. 12 years ago today she passed away, and not a day goes by that we don't think about her. Thanksgiving was her favorite holiday. I'm so grateful for my family and to have these moments with each other, and a fun moment for us seeing how they get their Christmas tree in Montana. Richards' heartfelt post struck a chord with many of her followers. One of the star's followers, Kaz Says Relax, responded, "A mother's death is the first sorrow wept without her." To which Richards replied, "Very true. Thank you." Another commenter asked Richards if she would ever like to relocate to Montana, where she and her family spent the recent holiday. "All the time," the actress, reality star replied. "I love it here so much." Should Richards ever decide to relocate outside of California, she wouldn't have to give up either her gig on The Real Housewives of Beverly Hills or her gig as Shauna on BB. Many performers have residences outside of the Los Angeles area and simply fly in to shoot episodes of their respective series. Fortunately, both shows take breaks in taping throughout the year, so spending time in other parts of the country isn't as problematic as it may have been in the past for Hollywood performers. The bold and the beautiful fans know that it was a short week last week, so we all had to get our fill of things before we had 4 days to wonder just how it would go down this week. It wasn't much more exciting than we thought it would be, but a few things did happen. For one, Sally completely put her foot in her mouth at the dinner table, but not a person was paying any attention to that. Things were really exciting, however, when we all got to see things unfold for people like Ridge and Brooke as they finally, and we do mean finally, decided that their marriage was over. They were on different pages, and they would never see things the same way. We do hate to point out the obvious, like the fact that we have been telling him things like this for some time, but you know the drill. On the flip side of things, we also know that there was a lot more going on with Liam and Steffi and Hope than met the eye. For one, we know that he is beside himself about the things she opened up to him about. He's glad that Thomas is okay and his lady love didn't kill a man, but he's not sure how he feels about the fact that she thought she did, and she chose to go along with her mother in the whole situation of covering it all up and making things worse than they were. She was not in the right regarding any of this, and we get that. We get that he is horrified, that he is upset, and that he is not sure how he thinks of her right now, and we also predict this is a pivotal turning point for them. There's a lot happening this week, but we are going to start with Shauna. She is aware that Ridge needs some time in his life to get through the pain he is feeling with his wife and the end of their marriage. There is nothing good about the end of a marriage, even if you did see it coming for some time. There are few things more heartbreaking than this, and we do get it. We get that they have so much to live for, and that they have so much to mourn, and she is telling Ridge that she gets that. She understands his situation and his feelings. She feels that he needs time to get through this and to make things right, but we don't think she's being honest for one moment. We think she is playing him for what she feels he wants and is looking for. We also think that her kiss is a very telling sign. She's got major feelings for him, and she has no intention of allowing him to move on in his life and around his life without making some big moves in his life. She's not idly sitting around waiting on him to make things right in the world. She's moving up, moving on, and moving around her life to make things seem more like what they are and less like what she wants them to be, and we get that and can see it. It's never going to end well for her, and that is what we feel is going on. It's been quite a while since Quinn has had a juicy storyline all her own, but actress Rena Sofer, who is always a welcome presence on the series, certainly has a reason to celebrate. That's because she was born on December 2, 1968, in Arcadia, California, which means that this talented performer is turning 51 years old today. Discovered at the age of 15 by a talent agent, Sofer quickly landed her first on-camera role, Joyce Abernathy, on the NBC daytime soap opera Another World. Not long after, Sofer joined the cast of Another Sudza. This time it was ABC's Loving, and between 1988 and 1991 she played Amelia Rocky Mackenzie. Subsequently, she appeared in A Stranger Among Us, a feature film starring Melanie Griffith, and the made-for-television movie Saved by the Bell, Hawaiian Style. From December 15, 1993, to September 24, 1996, Sofer starred as Lois Ciarullo on ABC's General Hospital. Her performance netted her the 1995 Daytime Emmy Award for Outstanding Supporting Actress, and between 1995 and 1997 she was married to Wally Kurth, who played Lois's on-screen husband Ned Aston. Throughout the late 1990s, Sofer could be seen guest starring on a plethora of primetime programs including Caroline in the City, Seinfeld, Ellen, Two Guys, A Girl, and A Pizza Place, and Time Cop. She even had a recurring role on one of the decade's biggest hits, Melrose Place. In 2001, Sofer was a lead cast member in the science fiction series The Chronicle, and between 2002–2003 she played a main character on NBC's Just Shoot Me. Other acting credits include CSI, Miami, Coupling, Blind Justice, Ghost Whisperer, Monk, and Bones. She also had recurring roles in Heroes, 24, and NCIS. In 2013, Sofer was hired at CBS The Bold and the Beautiful and made her debut as Quinn Fuller on July 12 of that year. You've heard me prattle on about the done too often triangles and plot-driven stories and character assassinations. The beauty of soaps is that they venture into the incredible, but all I've ever asked of B&B is to at least root the incredible in the plausible. And for the continuity we get too little of. Soaps are best when they acknowledge and tell story out of their histories. Not that B&B never does. Ridge, Brooke, Hope, Steffi, and Liam have rarely been off the front burner in the decade I've been columnizing here. I'd really love to see more balance. That's why I envisioned what a day's style time jump would be like in my last column. I know B&B is in their own groove and always will be, but a guy can dream. But is it too much to ask to give Day 1 legacy character Thorne his place in the sun? He's been notoriously intermittent these past 10 years, and his last go-round left a lot to be desired. Sorry, Ingo.